In this video, we're going to do the ILS 25 left in the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. In the FMS, we'll select the Clippers transition. We'll be flying this course south of the final approach course, and we'll take that to gate intersection. To save time when we actually start the approach, we'll be outside Honda intersection. Select depart arrive, arrival and LAX. The approach we want isn't listed, so press next. Here's ILS 25 left, select it. Clippers transition. Clipper again. Press route, activate. Execute with light green, press it. And we're set. Verify clipper on the PFD. Okay, sped ahead. Right now we're over gate intersection. I've selected the ND button to put my navigation display on my MFD. We're just inside gate intersection. The localizer tunes automatically if you select the approach in the FMS. We can see ILAX identified with a frequency of 109.9, which matches the localizer. The autopilot is engaged. Along with the auto throttles, we're holding a speed of 170 knots. We just passed gate intersection approaching Honda, and we need to be at 3,600. When in altitude hold mode, to descend you have to select vertical speed. When you select vertical speed, make sure the pink line shows up on the vertical speed indicator. Also VS, vertical speed, will be activated on the scoreboard in green. Vertical speed just changed to ALT. Notice the green box around ALT. That means the altitude is capturing. The green box around ALT disappeared. That means the altitude is captured. Once that happens, you can set the next altitude, which for this approach is 1,900, where we will intercept the glide slope. Now that 1,900 is set, press vertical speed. Make sure the pink line appears on the vertical speed indicator. If it doesn't, press it again. When I film this, there are times I had to press it twice to get it to work. We're now coming up on the glide slope intercept altitude. Time to go to flaps 25 and slow down to 155 knots. If you're heavier, you'll be faster. If you're lighter, you may be slower. I'm using ref on the airspeed tape and holding 10 knots above ref. Keep in mind the reference speed will change based on flap setting.
2,500.
Once again, we see vertical speeds change to ALT with a box around it, which means the altitude is capturing. Next thing will happen, the box will disappear, means altitude's captured. Right there. 1,900 feet is captured. The next altitude we're going to intercept is the glide slope intercept altitude. Now is a good time to press approach. And the autopilot will look for the glide slope next. Once it intercepts, glide slope will flip up to where altitude is now and turn green and follow the glide slope down. The glide slope's alive. Select gear down. One dot below the glide slope, select full flaps. Notice when full flaps were selected, the reference speed changed. It got slower. That new speed is 141 knots. We're holding 10 knots above that, or 151 knots minimum. Notice the glide slope is captured. We're now going to fly down the glide slope to our decision height of 304 feet. You can see on the scoreboard underneath localizer rollout, underneath glide slope you see flare. This airplane does have flare and rollout capability as part of the auto land system, but I tried it 3 times during the filming of this and it failed every single time, so I will turn the autopilot off on short final and land manually. While setting up for the approach, I did turn the auto throttles on along with the autopilot. I just didn't get a chance to tell you that until now. So when you actually do this, you can use that when you start. And you just select auto throttle arm and set your speed and select auto throttle. All we have to do now is wait until we get to 304 feet and look for the runway. I'm selecting auto throttles off. When they come off, try to have your throttle set to match the power setting you currently have.
400. 300.
The approach lights are in sight. I can now turn the autopilot off and take over manually. To do that, you can press the AP button on the flight director control panel, or just press the Z button on your keyboard.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There's touchdown. Deploy the ground air brakes. Apply brakes. And press F2 for reverse thrust. There you have it, an ILS tutorial in the 787 Dreamliner with the use of auto throttles. If you like these videos, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.